What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Vince McMahon can't hold back the tears, the real reason why Drew Gulak left the WWE, Tag Team tells the Revival to stop using their name, more news on a big push on Raw, is Becky Lynch still getting paid, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Now, just before we get into that, I'd like to thank Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video. The Ridge Wallet is light and sleek, and it's designed to easily fit into your front pocket. It's got a solid, sturdy design, and the durable material means each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. You could buy this one wallet and carry it for life. Guys, seriously, Ridge is so confident about their product that you can even test drive the wallet for 45 days, and if you don't love it, send it back for a full refund. I'm not giving mine back, that's for sure. This is my wallet. It's a classic, but it's too bulky, even with no cash inside. It's an unorganized mess with receipts, business cards, and credit cards. Now, all that fit into this, plus I even have more room with the money clip on the back. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and titanium, which is the one I have, not to mention a whole host of different colors. Now, they don't just sell wallets, they sell bags, phone cases, and all types of different accessories. So if you're looking for a quality upgrade to your beaten up old wallet, or you just want a wallet in general, look no further. Buy yours and get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/Wrestlelamia and use the code Wrestlelamia. The links are in the description below. Seriously, it's the last wallet I'll ever use. Now, our first story looks at Vince not being able to hold back the tears. Now, the Undertaker Last Ride docuseries continues on the WWE Network as part 2 was released today. Of course, the whole episode is worth checking out, but one notable scene is the boss Vince McMahon showing his emotional side, something we rarely get to see on camera. During the episode, Vince was asked what The Undertaker meant to him, and Vince couldn't even get a word out. It was a beautiful moment to show that the Mr. McMahon character and Vince McMahon character are two worlds apart. With tears in his eyes, McMahon cleared his throat and tried to compose himself in the interview. He said, "No, can't do that." It just goes to show how much The Undertaker means to Vince McMahon and the WWE. When The Undertaker does finally retire, it will be a hell of an emotional day. The real reason why Drew Gulak left the WWE? As we reported earlier today, Drew Gulak and WWE parted ways after Gulak failed to re-sign with the company. Dave Meltzer reports the reason behind this was due to money. He mentioned on the recent Wrestling Observer Radio his contract expired, and I don't know all of the details. The story going around is essentially that he asked for a raise, they said no, and they pulled the offer that they had originally offered. It was something along those lines. It was definitely a money situation where, the basic situation is that they are not giving any raises right now, which I guess is understandable because they cut so many people. Well, yeah, it's understandable in one way, but Gulak has gone from 205 Live to SmackDown. He's on the main roster now. Surely you would expect some sort of raise, even if it's not a substantial one. Are you telling us WWE couldn't afford a few thousand extra in a year? Sometimes it feels like excuses with the WWE. They're just letting people go for the sake of it. Next up, a tag team tells the Revival to stop using their name. Former Revival stars Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson have moved on since leaving the WWE, taking the ring names Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, apparently adopting a new name for their tag team, The Revolt. However, as discussed not too long ago, another team made up of Caleb Coney and Zane Riley have been using the name for years, and according to PW Insider, the team's attorney Andrew Gerber recently sent a cease and desist letter, some of which is reprinted below. The Revolt are well known in the independent professional wrestling circuit and are the current PWX World Tag Team Champions. Mr. Burnett and Mr. Riley sell a range of Revolt branded merchandise including t-shirts, hats, and DVDs as shown in Exhibit B. The Revolt has been their passion for years, and they have literally put their blood and sweat into building the Revolt brand and connecting with their fans. The letter notes that Wheeler and Harwood have recently rebranded themselves as the Revolt and begun using the Revolt and Fear the Revolt as trademarks in connection with professional wrestling entertainment and associated merchandise. The attorney argues that Wheeler declared under oath that, to the best of his knowledge and belief, that no other persons have the right to use the mark in commerce, either in the identical form or in such near resemblance as to be likely, when used on or in connection with the goods/services of other such persons, to cause confusion or mistake or to deceive. The letter states that Wheeler and Harwood knew the wrestlers using the name The Revolt and were asked not to take their name. While the wrestlers using the name The Revolt may have been better off protecting their intellectual property via trademark, we learn how it could lose their popularity in the court of public opinion. Next up, Mark Henry threatens to sue Lio Rush. Speaking of court, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry's frustration with Lio Rush's allegations that Henry has held back black wrestlers could lead to a court case. As noted in an earlier video, Henry claims he leads a group of black wrestlers who he had to keep from going after Rush. Now Henry is telling TMZ Sports, if you go down to the Performance Center NXT, 25 I think people of color in the facility, probably about 80+% of them I helped get them there. I mean, it's completely opposite, and you can't question my blackness. Like, nobody can question my blackness. Pull my black card. No, not allowed. Nobody. Henry states he's contemplating a lawsuit and that he has a good attorney. My lawyer went to Harvard. I don't know what kind of lawyers he's dealing with, but I've got those Ivy League people around me, and they're pissed. But there is one thing Lio Rush can do before he finds his ass in a courtroom: say sorry and really mean it. He needs to apologize. The world's strongest man is clearly offended by what he's viewing as a very personal attack. Henry may want to step back before he says anything more about this case and makes himself look like a hothead. Next up, more news on a big push. It looks as if Jinder Mahal will be getting a big push now that he's back on Raw. Recently, WrestlingNews.co reported on the WWE's extended deal with India and how they want to push Jinder Mahal when the company resumes touring there. Previously, when he won the WWE title, Mahal was still a heel in the United States but a babyface when he wrestled in India. This time he will be portrayed as a babyface to their entire fanbase. Mahal looks better than ever, and hopefully the WWE will give him the right push and a chance to connect with the fans. But as we've always said before, it'll be a mistake turning him babyface, as he's always naturally played a heel. The only time he played a babyface was when he was with 3MB and he looked kinda goofy. And that was the whole point, his credibility just wasn't there. Next up is Becky Lynch still getting paid. Fans are wondering whether the WWE will continue paying Becky Lynch now that she's on hiatus from wrestling to become a mom. Dave Meltzer discussed this recently on the Wrestling Observer Radio, noting, as far as I know, and I don't know different, she's gonna get her downside and they're gonna sell merchandise for her for the year, and you know they're gonna market her for a year. She won't be able to wrestle for a year, and whether she comes back, I mean, none of us know. According to Ringside News' Felix Upton, the WWE can freeze Lynch's contract while she's off due to a pregnancy, but it's believed she's getting paid. But there you have it guys, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.